The British government has stated that Russian designers have approached the final stage of creating a fifth-generation strategic bomber, the PAK-DA, conditionally referred to as Product 80. Some analysts claim that the Russian stealth bomber will have certain advantages over the American B-21, especially in terms of armaments. By the way, the PAK-DA bombers will carry hypersonic weapons, in particular, the 9A-7660 Kinzhal missile systems. This is what the British politician, Junior Minister for the Armed Forces James Heappey, told the Western media. Russia's aerospace forces maintain several classes of bombers in a constant state of readiness at various air bases across the country. The prototype of the prospective long-range aviation complex, whose design resembles the US B-2 strategic bomber, appears to be nearing completion. Currently, the Russian Federation has bombers such as the Tu-95, Tu-22, and Tu-160 in service. For actions on the line of combat contact, the aerospace forces have highly effective frontline bombers like the Su-34. In addition, new Tu-160M2 strategic bombers are being modernized and built. The Product 80 program envisages the creation of a low-observable next-generation strategic bomber for the Russian aerospace forces. What is currently known about this project? From the words of the British politician, it can be concluded that the Russian aerospace forces will receive the first examples of the PAK-DA in the next couple of years, that is, by the end of 2025. PAK-DA is an acronym that stands for Prospective Aviation Complex for Long-Range Aviation. The new bomber is being developed by the Tupolev Company. The development of the engine units is being carried out by the well-known Samara company PAO, UEC Kuznetsov. The NK-32-02 engine, Product R, a twin-spool turbofan engine with a common afterburner, is being used as the baseline platform. These are the same engines that are installed on the strategic Tu-160MS. The Tupolev designers plan to build the first flying prototype by 2023. But due to certain circumstances, the deadlines have been postponed several times. However, there is still hope that the aircraft will fly by the end of 2025. The key advantage of the new strategic bomber will be stealth technology. It is expected that the PAK-DA's payload will be 30 tons, which is comparable to other modern bombers, such as the B-2 Spirit and the Chinese H-20. However, the exact payload capacity of the PAK-DA remains classified and is likely to depend on the program's requirements. It is no secret that Russian strategic aircraft have one significant drawback. They are easily detected by virtually any radar station. Unlike them, the heavy American Northrop B-2 Spirit bomber is built using stealth technology. Russia is learning from all the mistakes of the U.S. Air Force. It can be confidently stated that the U.S. Air Force's B-2 Spirit program has been a complete failure. This aircraft has literally turned out to be golden. The cost of a single Spirit American Vulture is close to a couple of $billion. At the same time, the concept itself is quite successful. Of course, any major power would like to have a strategic stealth aircraft at its disposal, capable of suddenly appearing in the right place and at the right time to launch a couple of missiles with multi-megaton warheads, to the delight of its like-minded allies. Currently, the Pentagon is trying to refine a more economical modification of the B-2, which, without beating around the bush, has been dubbed the B-21 Raider. As a result, this whole endeavor should give birth to a subsonic stealth bomber with an aerodynamic flying wing airframe design. By the way, the People's Liberation Army of China, PLA, is also developing a strategic stealth bomber, the CNH-20, Xianek-20. After its creation, Beijing, following Moscow and Washington, will be able to launch nuclear munitions from air, land, and sea, with not only Australia and Japan, but also the continental United States falling within the strike zone. Let us recall that back in the late 1980s, the United States acquired the Soviet physicist Pyotr Ufimtsev, who was developing the Russian version of stealth. For some reason, perhaps due to insufficient funding, this work was halted. As a result, the offended designer emigrated to the States. Thus, in the 1990s, the Americans managed to build the low-observable attack aircraft F-117 and the heavy strategic bomber B-2. It remains to be added that some characteristics of the promising Russian stealth strategic bomber are already known. The PAK-DA will have a subsonic speed, 2 engines, and a range of about 15,000 kilometers without refueling. Its takeoff weight will be 145 tons, and its combat load will be 30 tons. It is expected that the PAK-DA bomber will be equipped with a wide variety of weapon systems, including conventional and nuclear munitions. It is too early to discuss the specific characteristics of such systems, as the PAK-DA is still in the development stage. According to forecasts, the bomber will be able to carry a broad spectrum of armaments, including air-to-surface missiles, guided air-to-ground bombs, and, of course, hypersonic weapons. Some experts believe that one of the key features of the PAK-DA's weapon systems will be their stealth capabilities. The bomber's low radar cross-section will make it difficult for enemy radars to detect. Thanks to this feature, the PAK-DA will be able to penetrate deep into enemy territory and deliver strikes with minimal risk of being detected or intercepted. In addition to stealth, the PAK-DA's weapon systems are expected to have advanced guidance and targeting capabilities. The bomber will likely be equipped with advanced sensors and guidance systems that allow it to deliver weapons precisely to intended targets. This will make the PAK-DA a highly effective means of striking both conventional and nuclear targets.